Greetings and salutations, Dota fans. It is I, Badger, back for some more League of Legends Season 8 action. I am supposed to be joined tonight by the one and only Artorius. I'm sure he'll be here sooner rather than later, but he is not here currently because he makes poor decisions in his life and decided to queue for a pub game less than 30 minutes before the cast tonight, so he'll be joining us hopefully quite soon. But on our hands, though, is one of many games. We'll be casting 4 straight games again tonight. Much like last night, we're starting off with Pizza Happy Meal taking on Pizzadog. After that, we'll be seeing 60% below average and very tilted have their chance at Pizzadog. For a reminder, for the stakes of the game, for the stakes of the series, looking at these teams here, we have Pizza Happy Meal currently at 8 and 8. They're at potentially a crossroads. They could make playoffs. They could miss the playoffs. This is a very all-important series for them on this fine evening. Potentially could be the make-or-break situation for their season. Meanwhile, Pizzadog are at a much better 10-2. They are in a strong position to get first place in their group, but to do so requires them to get some wins on this fine evening. Looking at the heroes in question, we got some fun stuff to open up the night. We have Io for Pizzadog, followed by a 6-7 AA Dawnbreaker, followed by an 8 Storm. Question today is who's playing what for Pizzadog. From the best of my knowledge, they have Ron standing in for Bingu, which means I believe it will be Ron playing mid unless they are role swapping, potentially. Maybe even Zeri or ET to play mid and then Ron to play support. It's hard to tell so far, but from what I can tell, it seems like it'll be, I think Ron has a signature Storm Spirit, so I believe he may just be mid on this fine evening. We do see, though, an IO5 pick, likely for Zeriescape. Could potentially be for ET, but, you know, Mr. 305, Mr. Worldwide Zeriescape may just be playing IO on this fine evening. He seems like the sort of individual to play Io, from what I can tell. But I digress. Let's see how our man Artorius is doing, shall we? He's level 25 right now, so hopefully he'll be here sooner rather than later. Might have to screen share him on Discord. It's a little bit hard to tell what we're going to end up doing on that one. Speaking of stand-ins, though, Pizza Happy Meal also have 2 stand-ins. They are missing Big Time, and they are missing Remedy. In their place will be Valor 248 and Rampant Rhino, which means likely it will be Smaui playing only 3 tonight with Valor and Rhino playing the 4-5. If I had to guess, it's a little hard to tell. I'm not inside their team room. I am not a fly on the wall. I am simply Badger. I cast Dota 2 sometimes. Looking at the draft in question, a lot of very fun bands coming out. Nothing too shocking if you watched TI. Monkey King, Tiny, ET, Weaver, First Phase bands, all very understandable. The ET band in particular might be the one somewhat odd one, but Smaui is a notable ET spammer, so it makes sense. Second phase bands, we have the Puck, the Nyx, and the Ember, as well as the Gyro, the Luna, and the to-be-determined 10th band of the game. Not quite sure what that'll be yet, but we'll find out very soon. It is Sven, so a lot of carries being banned out by the Radiant. A lot of middle lane heroes and Nyx being banned up at the Dire. They're trying to protect their Storm Spirit, saying, you know what? No Ember, no Puck, no Nyx will protect our Storm. However, Radiant grabbed the Lina anyways. I like this pick. I think Lina, with her high degree of mixed damage, her ability to lane into Storm, and the ability to potentially kill an IO in a team fight from long range, should be very good this game. I'm a big fan of the Lina pick. I think this was the right decision to make. Ronaldo plays a good Lina if memory serves, so should be fun. Actually, wait a minute. This happened last night. Ronaldo played the Lina last night. I can look this up. I have the power, the statistics. Let's go to dotabuff.com to lands. Let's see what happened here with this pick. Alright, let's see here. So we have first team All Curse versus Pizza Happy Meal. We have Grinaldo on Lena. Correction, Grinaldo. No, it was not Lena. It was Puck versus Ember. My bad. I have mixed up my series. I apologize. For those who are looking for specific Lena Grinaldo analysis, I apologize. I have mixed up Lena with Ember Spirit. I apologize. It's going to be okay, I'm sure, but... And we are now being joined by the one and only Season 4 League of Legends champion, notable Keeper of the Light, Bane, and Pudge player, and a good friend of the channel, Artorius. How are you tonight?
I just post my Steam card and match notifications. Oh, I'm so out of it.
Small brain individual Artorius here. He is compounding bad mistakes on bad mistakes.
I forgot what time it was.
So hopefully this does not kill my CPU. Hopefully. We will be stressing out my CPU on this fine evening. Hopefully it's okay. It may be painful for the CPU. Potentially. For those who are watching in-game, I apologize. Artorius actually is here, but he is not here. He's on the call right now, therefore not in the lobby, so... You will not be hearing him. Yes, very, very epic. Your truancy is very epic, thank you.
For those of you watching in-game, fuck you, why aren't you supporting Badger's Twitch channel?
Sometimes the people want to watch in-game. The people have the freedom.
I dislike those people, because they're different.
Alright then.
That sounded awful.
Very Canadian of you.
I'm gonna do this chat thing called as soon as the draft ends, I'm gonna go eat dinner.
What?
I don't have to analyze the laning stage. I think you can do that one by yourself.
You're serious, aren't you?
Dude, I want to eat my tacos.
Oh my lord. You're getting fired after the series. Looking at the heroes in question, though, I mean...
Not the other way around.
What do we have... What do you see so far with these heroes?
I see a classic Xeriscape move, pick some sort of heal or save hero in IO. You see the counter pick in Ancient Apparition. You can no longer heal the target that is AA blasted. You then have Dawnbreaker, which is kind of, in a sense, their own save. I'm assuming that's an offlaner, rather than a mid. So they won't have as much gank potential in the early game because you don't really want your offlaner to have to leave the lane. You then have the Lina, who is just, I think, oh no, Slendy's carry, right?
Yes.
So I don't know how Grinaldo is on Lina. I'm assuming it's a Lina mid. I'm guessing that's supposed to win the lane versus Storm Spirit. It's okay in the game with the way you kind of build it now with that Silver's Edge into BKB. But the Night Stalker kind of gets on top of you, so you really need that BKB quickly. Then, I don't know what the Rubik really is for. I guess you can steal Ball Lightning. I'm guessing it's just a comfortable hero for them. Because it doesn't seem like that fantastic of a Rubik game. Like, you have Lion spells and stuff, but can't be like only stealing from one hero unless it's like Enigma.
We have two stand-ins on this fine evening, so I'm not particularly sure what these two support players for Pizza Happy Meal play. And these are literally people I don't think I've ever heard of, so I am going a bit blind here with these two players.
Alright. On the flip side, though, it looks like Storm Spirit should have a pretty decent time against AA. I think the thing he'll have a problem with is bringing down Dawnbreaker because she's so tanky. Bringing down Lina when she has a BKB, and being where the Lina is if she picks up that Silver's Edge, and then the instant disable from Rubik, especially if he steals the Lion spell, or even Night Stalker Silence, actually, now that I think about it. If Rubik steals Night Stalker Silence, that's huge on the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, I mean, it's Night Stalker Silence, one of the unironically better abilities in the game. It is a perpetual, undispellable AoE silence. The only way to get out of it is just to straight up become magic immune.
Or to move out of it.
Not too bad. It's a lot easier said than done. What we do have, though, is a Templar Assassin pick, which means either getting a carry Storm or a carry Templar Assassin. A little bit interesting from Zeri. Not quite sure what the idea is here with this pick, but maybe they're just thinking, you know what? Let's end the game early. We don't want Lena to get online, buy, say, Silver Edge, BOT's BKB, become a hassleless game. Let's pick the TA, grab the early Roche, win the game early, end it early. Is that the idea there?
I think so. I think it's a very run at you sort of draft. I think that's why they banned the Spectre and Dusa. They don't want.
I mean, it makes sense, you know. Let's say, you know what? Let's not get run at. Probably a wise decision.
To see who the IO decides to tether to. My guess is it's probably going to be Dagger on TA. I guess that is mid, but you still eventually probably want to Agi Blink, so you might go for more of the Hurricane Pike Deso build, or even just crit on TA. But you're definitely not tethering to Storm, obviously. I think that one's pretty self-explanatory, and there's no point in tethering to Lion, so I'm assuming Night Stalker is the one, because he's the one who will benefit the greatest from an IO on top of him.
More than likely, yeah. Having that a little bit extra mana regen is very helpful anyways on a hero like Night Stalker, who generally does not have great mana regen. But when you have an IO tethered to you, suddenly it's problem solved. It's like Radiant saying, you know what? We accept that you're going to run at us. We're going to pick heroes that we think can win the fight when things happen. We'll fight under our tower, perhaps, with the Wraith King, with the Lena, with Ice Vortexes and Fade Bolts, and bringing in that slower Guardian from Dawnbreaker. I, for one, personally like the Dire draft. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I like the Dire draft too. Wraith King's typically one of those heroes that suffers from not a lot of armor. Kind of just gets smacked around by TA if TA hits her timings correctly. And then you just have this problem of where the Wraith King is just a creep at that point. Just very tanky creep.
Actual?
I think one of the big problems that the Radiant are going to have is without Laguna Blade, how are you going to bring down the Storm? You only have one instant disable. You kind of need to line up your stuns after that, or you just need to burst them in that one instant disable.
I mean, it's one of those things
And
where
then they also have. I was just going to say they have nothing to deal with BKBs on the Radiant side.
I agree with you on that one. I mean, the next best thing for Wraith King heroes be having the 2 lives, where maybe you die once and then you can have your second life be useful. But then again, same problem, you just still die again second life.
Yeah, but like if you use your BKB first life, or you don't have a BKB first life, when you don't have a BKB, then second life you're just going to get instant Sun by Lion, you're going to get instant Silence by Night Stalker, you're going to get instant pulled by Storm Spirit. There's just no way you're going to have fun with that.
That is true.
I don't think we'll see it as much this game, but the IO shard with the instant stun every 7 seconds if you run into tether, because typically you see like Blink Initiator suffering from that. However, there isn't really a Blink Initiator.
Oh, yes.
I guess if Wraith King picks up Blink, he might fall into that a couple times if Xeriscape decides to pick it up. But
I'm excited to see what Xeriscape, Mr. 305, Mr. Worldwide does on this IO. I think if he plays badly, he will get chirped on Discord by the likes of Ka, so I'm sure there's a lot on the line for Xeriscape this game. So it turns out, yeah, they are not swapping roles there. They're just putting Ron straight up as a stand-in for Bingu. Not swapping around anything. They're keeping ET Zeri supports. They're putting Ron into mid lane. And then for Radiant, once again, similar story. They're just swapping supports for supports in this case. It's Rhino and Valor standing in for Remedy and Big Time. So should be interesting to see the different dynamics there. I mean, this is not our first time watching Pizzadog in the last 24 hours. It is the 3rd time, actually, unironically, so. If you are just joining us, welcome to game number 1 of a 4-game stretch of casting by me. Right now, we are at game number 1 of Pizza Happy Meal on the Radiance taking on Pizzadog on the Dire. Group A playoff implications are on the line. My name is Badger. I am joined by Artorius, kind of. And the fighting already begins. Already begins, my god. A little bit of a mess up on words on that one, but looks like everybody's okay. Jesus. Your curious eye to slip there between the word begin and the word continues. So, a little bit of a mistake on that one. Look at these sideways. Oh. Okay, goodbye. Very cool, Artorius. Very cool. Show up late and leave early. The Canadian way. Look at these side lanes, though. Should be a real interesting time seeing what happens in both these side lanes. A lot of support action going on in the bot lane. A lot of support action going on in the top lane as well. I would expect the fun to be top lane. Starbreaker does not stun, though, on his Airscape quite yet. But there will be a lot of action there. Especially when the levels come out. Mid lane, I wouldn't expect too much unless Grinaldo outplays Ron. If Grinaldo just outplays the hell out of Ron, then it could be a very good time for Grinaldo. But other than that, it would probably see farming. Both the Lina and Storm farming, where Lina should be at the advantage. Or the bot lane, we're seeing Sunday get stunned there by ET, but Wraith King is quite tanky. He'll be fine for now. Wraith Blast actually is committed onto ET, but ET will walk away. He'll put on that Earth Spike there onto Slendy. Now walking further away from the AA, and actually AA canceled ET's salve. That's very important there for the AA winning that trade. I mean, right now it's salve down for ET, and Valor's going for his first blood kill onto ET. Might not find it now. In comes Sheepstick, has a void to slow there onto the AA. Now Lion walks away once again. Now Sheepstick goes and tries to hit the Ancient Apparition. Valor, though, is walking away and should be fine. The void will be there. She might be enough damage. Needs 2 more right clicks. Wraithfire Blast comes in from Slendy, however. Now Slendy goes in, destroys ET with that Wraithfire crit, the Mortal Strike. Now, First Blood is there for Pizza Happy Meal. Say a situation now where we're seeing a lot of interesting stuff happen with this Rurik. He is warding very aggressively, looking to snipe these couriers in the top lane. That's a very deep ward. So potentially we may see Skyward or Xeriscape's courier die in the near future. I don't think Zeri and Skyward knew how far he was going either, as the Dawnbreaker was able to be in the lane during the entire time. Wasn't too heavy of a harass there coming out from either of those two. It's a very unfortunate uphill miss there for Ronaldo. Would have been a very happy range creep deny, but instead it's a no to deny. It's very unfortunate for him. At the point now where Ron's actually even in XP, hard to think things like that happening. Like that difference in XP is a big deal there. Or the bot lane again, they're running at Sheepstick. The Fire Blast and the Cold Feet were there, but it did not proc. It did not keep the Night Stalker in place. Everything is A-okay there in the bot lane for the time being. So far, though, Radiant still are winning the trades there, regen-wise. Doing a good job saying, you know what, it's Night Stalker during the day. Let's win these trades and make the Night Stalker relatively sad for now. But, well, the night is coming. Inevitably, we're a minute and a half away right now, so when that time comes, may be a bit sad there for the side of Slendy and Valor. Speaking ET, it's a good 2-man stun there into the Void as well. I think it may have been on a creep, actually. Over the top lane, no, it's Rhino being run at by Xeriscape, but with an IO and a Templar Assassin, there's not many means to find a kill there. Now Rurik goes for the Courier. He may get it, needs one more hit, will find it. To the ward, pays off somewhat. At least it is fulfilled its purpose. The purpose was to kill the Courier, and the Courier ended up dying. Water Runes, though, will be going both to Pizzadog, top one going to Ron, bottom one going to ET. Over the top lane, though, they're running at Skyward. Starbreaker is up. Refraction is there, though. They're not breaking the Refraction. They're body blocking now. In comes Xeriscape with that tether. Rhino low, Xeriscape low, Starbreaker stuns on a 2, Zeri low. Rhino even lower, though. Skill there onto the Rubik. Smaui is running at the IO, but there is no kill there. Now Smaui must run away. They could not secure a kill on either of those two heroes, so good job there by the side of Pizzadog to get that kill there on the Rubik. Over to bot lane, it's fun time quite soon. Night Stalker and Lion. It will be go time, perhaps. ET, though, may only be level 2 when night comes, however, so might not be that much potential to be added there by the Lion in the gank, but I suppose level 1 Earthspike may just be enough. It is 1.4 seconds of stun, with a lot of damage coming out from Sheepstick on that Night Stalker. And now the stun comes in onto Valor on the Ancient Apparition. Sheepstick comes over harassing there onto Slendy. Both of them will walk away. Over to mid lane. Some mild stuff's happening there with Ron and Ronaldo. Back to bottom lane again. Everybody is fine there. Over to top lane this time, we're seeing a hard camp pull going on right now. Skyward wants these creeps. Rhino has Fade Bolt on cooldown, so it should go over to Skyward. It will. It's relatively calm for now. Rhino is taking a lot of damage, but there's no level 6 quite yet on Templar Assassins. There's no Trap the Slow, no crowd control coming out from the Xeriscape Io in the Skyward Templar Assassin. Over the top lane, though, it is Lina on the rotation, going through the river, up through the jungle area, by the hard camp. He will perhaps run into somebody. Problem is, Dire are under the tower. They seem to have some idea that something's going wrong. The scan is there. Meanwhile, bot lane, men fighting is happening. Sheepstick's running at Valor. ET has stun on cooldown, 4-6. They're running. Meanwhile, top lane, Rubik may be in danger. Back to the bottom lane again. It's AA having cold feet there into ET. ET's on the run. AA's on the run as well. AA will go down. Now Slendy runs the Sheepstick, but Sheepstick is fine. Back to top lane, Grinaldo rotated away, so it's merely Rubik alone now. No kill per side of the Radiant in that top lane situation, as Dire find one in the bot lane situation. So across the map there, fantastic for the side of Pizzadog. They forced Grinaldo. I shouldn't say force, but Grinaldo did rotate and found no kills. As bot lane, a hero died, so across the map there, a bit of disaster for the side of Pizza Happy Meal. Overall economically, though, it's still relatively even. Less than 1k net worth lead in either direction, so nothing too bad there. We're seeing Xeriscape now tether away to Skyward under that tower, making sure he does not take too much damage, does not die. And we are seeing both Night Stalker and Lion TP back into the bot lane, and now in comes Xeriscape. They want a 3-man opportunity on Slendy. Io, Lion, Night Stalker. They will go together, try to kill this Wraith King, or perhaps the AA. Skyward is fine alone top lane. Now the Void is there, they're running S Slendy. In comes ET, has somebody misses. Now under that tower, Solar Guardian comes in. Smaui is turning. Wraith Fire Blast comes down to ET. It's into a cold feet. Down goes ET. Now Radiant. They have won that trade 1-0 so far. With the rotation of the Rubik as well, they have 4 in the bot lane. So the laning phase has rapidly degenerated. Now it's a 1v1 in the top lane. Skyward on Smaui. The mid lane is no longer even a 1v1, both of them are off to the jungle, so it's a wild and crazy situation right now in the lanes, or should I say lack thereof at this point. If you're wondering where Artorius is, he is a bum, so he is not here. He'll be back very, very soon. I apologize to the viewers who want an analysis. He'll be stuck with me for the time being. We're in mid lane, though. They're going to Ronaldo. Ronaldo is the target of Storm. Xeriscape is there as well with the tether, and down goes Ronaldo. Meanwhile, top lane, they're running at Skyward. But he actually jukes a bit in the trees. They tried going up. He ended up going down on the TA, and now he jukes to the right here. He should be A-okay. Traps coming even onto AA. Now Skyward turns there. Now he runs away once again. In comes that hammer from Smaui, breaking some refraction charges. They want that kill desperately, but they're out of mana on the TA. Refraction once again is there. Valor will go down. In comes Storm as well. Ron on rotation with ET to go for Smaui. Vortex is there. Down goes Dawnbreaker. So it's 2 kills for the side of the Dire in the top lane. 2 great kills there for Pizzadog. That's now 5 kills on the board. Despite that, though, the 5-2 kill lead, Pizza Happy Meal still have the net worth lead, albeit it is quite minuscule. Over to the mid lane, we're seeing some river action. Grinaldo's being run at by Sheepstick, and then we're seeing Xeriscape and ET on the rotation. Grinaldo's on the run now. Smaui TP's in. And that will dissuade Pizzadog from going forward, but now with Rhino on the rotation on that Rubik, they'll go for this kill. Ascension is there for Sheepstick, down goes Rhino, and now we're seeing ET, the 2-man Earthspike onto Lina and the Dawnbreaker. In comes Hammer, the 2-turn Starbreaker does not stun, now Sheepstick runs like Ronaldo, Ronaldo is low, Xeriscape is cold feet, Laguna is there, down goes Io, and they're running at Lina once again. Ascension is ending, Super Sheepstick wants that kill. Solar Guardian comes in to heal Ronaldo, now Ronaldo is man-fighting, Sheepstick's on the run, Earthspike comes in on Dawnbreaker, now in comes Ron, the long zip, looking for Ronaldo. He missed uphill, however. Raindrops popped as well, and now Ronaldo Has LSA, misses it. Ron comes in, finds the kill on Grinaldo, but they'll attempt the counter kill. Fadebolt, Lift are there from Rubik. Now in comes Smaui, has Starbreaker. Fortress comes in onto Dawnbringer, but now Starbreaker is there. Down goes Ron on that Storm Spirit. Radiant run for more. Hammer comes in, hitting Sheepstick, but Sheepstick is just too fast. So she'll get away on the Night Stalker. But absolutely wild engagements, and they are not over. They're going in once again for a tower dive bot lane. Fadebolt, Cold Feet are there. In comes Hammer, down goes Sheepstick perhaps. Xera's is healing on the IO. They had a bit more damage. Can they find it? Tower dive, no. Starbreaker misses. Radiant get no kill. However, they will get the tier 1 tower. Slendy's skeletons were too much damage. He TP'd top lane, but before he left, dropped those skellies, grabbed that tier 1 tower. And that is fantastic right there for the side of Pizza Happy Meal. Still an absolutely wild fight there. Going across the map on that one. Now mid lane, LSA actually is missed. Miscoordination there from the Radiant. Now in comes Ron, looking for Grinaldo. Grinaldo low, ET even lower, but Grinaldo, first one to die. Smaui runs at ET, down goes ET, but now in comes Ron. Looks for Rhino. Rhino found an Invis room, but it was not enough. Ron finds a double kill. So 2 kills there. Very good for the side of the Dire. They pick up Alina and Rubik only for a line. That's the sort of trade that you want. We're even seeing Ron go at Smaui. Smaui takes a lot of damage, but Ron lacks the mana to grab that kill. We're seeing Xeriscape now heal him and give him a bit more mana with that Soul Ring. It may be a dive here for Smaui under that tier 1 tower. Perhaps not. Yeah, it appears to be not. Look at the net worth, the individual hero net worth is an interesting tale. It's Templar Assassin, Storm Spirit, and Wraith King. Way ahead of every other hero. It's not even close. Which is good, obviously, for the side of Pizzadog. They have 2 of those cores, and they may look to extend their lead. We're seeing a 3-man smoke. It's Lion, Io, and Storm to the Radiant Tri-Camp. They'll ward, they scout Slendy. Radiant are nearby. They ball in looking for supports. A Blast comes in, will not hit. Now Vortex is there on Rubik. Solar Guardian comes in, bringing in Smaui. Rhino is dead, and now it's Ron on the run. The Laguna is there from Grinaldo onto ET. ET's a Hexto onto Lina, and now ET runs away. Slendy and Grinaldo are chasing. They want ET. Templar Assassins on the run as well. Dragon Slave comes in, hits ET. ET low. ET will go down now skyward. Turns over with the melt onto Grinaldo. Ron meanwhile balls in, looking for A. A should be dead. Lina down. Sheepstick ascends, looks for more. A now dead. Now skyward in Sheepstick. Go for Smaui. Smaui's being dove under this tower. Ron comes in with the ball from the Tri-Camp. Brings down the Dawnbreaker. Now they go to Slendy under that tower. Who has Reincarnate. He TPs. It's cancelled. He loses 1 life, and now he'll return into that 1v4 under that tower, but he cannot fight for long. Vortex, right clicks, minus Slendy. Disastrous fight there for the side of Pizza Happy Meal. And for Pizzadog, they are now in a triumphant spot. Huge kills and a tier 1 tower take. That is exactly what their draft is built for. It's another night though. It's a very chaotic fighting going on. It's a we saw a large portion of the fight start here at this triangle area, but then we see a contingent of the fight go over here to the tier 1 tower area. But as that happens, as the fight ends up centralizing a lot over here, we still see Ron and I believe Xeriscape go on to the AA at the periphery of that Tri-Camp. And luckily for Pizzadog, those 2 fights converged. We saw Ron and Xeriscape from this angle. We saw Sheepstick and Skyward from this angle converge here, bring down these heroes, bring down this tower. This is a fantastic way to execute this fight. The Dire side draft. It's exactly what they want. They want the isolate heroes. They have mobility. They have some very fast heroes, some very mobile heroes, heroes who can easily sort of zig and zag. And it is so. Radiant, though, responded with 3-man smoke. They found ET. Laguna comes in, into Chilling Touch, into LSA, into Fade Bolts, into Cold Feet, into the Stolen Earth Spike. Good kill there for the side of Pizza Happy Meal, but with that smoke, they wanted more than the Lion. They wanted a core kill, but ET gave his life for the cause. His cores are alive. Speaking of his cores, they have 2-man smoke. It's Ron and Zeri. Perhaps with Skyward looking for that top kill. Smaui comes in, but now he may be in danger. The ball in comes from Ron, looking for Smaui. Smaui goes down. Now in comes Slendy. Rotation stuns onto Skyward, but he has no reincarnate. Needs to be careful. Trap comes out now, slowing. Slendy low. Io perhaps even lower. Io goes down. Maybe a trade for Slendy. Slendy goes down to Ron, and now Ron balls away, but the Stolen Vortex comes into the LSA as well. Laguna is not, but it is not needed. Ron goes down. Massive kill there for the side of Pizza Happy Meal. However, Their tier 1 tower is still the Cease top lane. That's now 2 towers across the map for the side of Pizzadog. In this game, it is very, very intriguing. The stakes, they keep on raising. There is some non-stop action right now. You'd love to see it. Question of the day, however, remains, where is Artorius? Not quite sure when he'll come back. Should be back by now. Would have been nice for him to be here, but what can you do sometimes? You can only do what the circumstances provide for you. So if you were here for Artorius, I apologize. If you are here for Roshan take, though, Dire have canceled that one. They now go to the Radiant Side Track Camp Trap is there. Slope onto the AA. Now Sheepstick blinks on and looking for AA. ET rendezvous with Skyward as well. Down goes Valor. Dire may look for more. They see Rhino and Grinaldo. However, they instead double back to the Roshan Pit and the Ancient Stack. Ancient Stack first of all, now they're back to their hard camp. And they'll then go to the Roshan Pit. Once again, looking to take that one. Radiant half scan. They are well aware, but Dire have a very good Roshan taking team. Templar Assassin enters the pit. Skyward has the Neld, of course. Will now open. And it will be a lot of damage. A lot of minus armor with that Templar Assassin Desolator. Radiant are nearby. However, Dire have a lot of traps and wards set up. Looking at their vision, they have great coverage of where Radiant will come from. As a result, there's no contest. Skyward on Templar Assassin grabs the Aegis, and it's now go time. Perhaps it is time for Dire to take some serious structural damage. Say, you know what? We're gonna go Siege mid-tier 2, and perhaps even more than that. We have time. Our draft is now. Radiant are doing their best to kill the wave with Dragon Slave and Fadebolt. But Dire are getting ready to jump, or perhaps not actually. Skyward TPs away. They're minding their lanes, but Sheepstick engages anyways on the Grinaldo. Grinaldo uses. Ron comes in. Vortex is stolen once again used on Sheepstick. Xbox comes in. Will hit onto only ET. Grinaldo dead now. In comes Starbreaker from Smaui looking to engage, but Dire are looking to disengage. Their mid laner dead, the Rubik joins them, and now Dire with Skyward returning to the fight look for more. Xeriscape, his relocate is ending, but Skyward goes for AA. AA goes down, and now it's Slendy and Smaui under that tower. Their team has lost 3, and they may just lose more in the near future. Perhaps not. Yep, that's another massive team fight win for the side of Pizzadog. Hello, Artorius. Welcome back.
Yo, that's crazy, because I'm coping so hard right now.
Yeah, it's coping. But it's been a relatively interesting game so far. You know, it was relatively even early on, but as we see at the graph, it's turned into Pizzadog's favor in the last 8 minutes or so. A lot of stuff in their favor. Speaking of mid lane, Slendy's being gone on a little bit by Skyward, but Skyward is content to hit that tier 2 tower. Radiant, though, are nearby. They see Heroes bot lane. Sheepstick, though, is nearby, keeping Templar Assassin alive. So no kills quite yet. Slendy is showing mid lane and may need to be careful. He has Reincarnate. It is level 1, though. Does not want to use that one again. He now goes forward into the Tri-Camp. Radiant are pursuing, but Dire may collapse on this one. In comes Lift on a Sheepstick, but in comes Ron on the ball, looking for Valor. AA already dead now. Just on there on a Sheepstick, but they're easily engaging. Silence. It kills Snally as well. Rhino's dead. Ice Blast comes and hits down to 3, but they need more kills. Xeriscape low, but Slendy's being slow. Slendy will go down. Could not even use Reincarnate. There was a lack of mana. It's 4 kills for the side of Pizzadog, and they'll go for more. Skyward is showing, has Aegis. It will get popped. Laguna was used for that one. But in comes ET, has a stun on Grinaldo. Ron balls in looking for a Valor and for Grinaldo. Grinaldo has the self-heals, but it will delay the inevitable. Sheepsticks may go down here. Translate is there. Sheepstick is very damaged, but still alive. Ron dives with DD, looking for Grinaldo. Ron low. Ron dives to tower shots on Storm Spirit. Now Rhino has returned on Rubik. Hexo comes out from ET. Rhino gets 3-shot by Skyward on Templar Assassin with help of E.T. Hex. Now Smaui goes forward with Ronaldo. They want another piece of Pizzadog. LSA comes in on Skyward. Smaui engages with the hammer as well. Tubber comes in, but Xeriscape is healing. Skyward, half HP. Great Fire Blast. Radiant need this kill. Skyward low. Skyward dead. Massive monster kill streak taken. Now E.T. TPs away, and Xeriscape runs away. But Radiant have held. They did not lose high ground. They lost some buybacks. They had lost a tier 2 tower. Correction, not even a tier 2 tower. And despite being at a 9k deficit, at long last they may have turned this game around.
Yeah, I think what happened there was Radiant were kind of feeling it. They got 1 kill on their mid, like, we'll go for more kills, and Rubik just kind of went before he had backup, got cranked on a little bit. But
go on it again, the Ascension is there. Dire, head on in. Hex is there down Wraith King. Now we're seeing Rubik, the target of Dire, but Ron hits the BKB, he's already low. ET dead, and so far Radiant taking this fight very well. The Solar Guardian comes in, Radiant are trying to fight around Ron and Sheepstick. Sheepstick and Ron both low. Sheepstick dead, now Radiant look for more. Ron has no mana, he's attempting to run down Slave Loomis, and Ron will get away. Meanwhile, Slendy runs with Xeriscape. Xeriscape goes down as well. It's 3 kills for the side of Pizza Happy Meal. In the gold swing, dare I say it may be massive. Look at that graph. There is a distinct depression formed by these fights.
Yes.
You're so useless.
Yes.
Say something. Say something useful.
I don't know. I was saying something useful and another fight broke out, so I had to shut up.
There's been 2 fights now. Choose something, many of them.
I mean, the second fight, it just looked like Dire wanted to quick bounce back off of losing Skywards, and they just kind of took a fight where they were a little bit split up, and Radiant managed to stay together. Dire weren't able to pull them apart by kind of like baiting them a little bit, and Radiant just kind of held together, didn't chase for anything, and was able to keep the fight together.
Alright then. We're at the point now where, even though Dire are up 8k, it doesn't feel like it's that big of a lead anymore. They have the high ground soon. Maybe it's that second Aegis. That's the key point for them. Next Roshan will be anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes, so we're not quite sure when it will respawn. First one was, relatively recently, minute 16:30, so not that long ago.
I think they just need their BKBs. Like, they have the BKB on the Storm, but they don't have it on TA, and I don't think they have it on Night Stalker.
Dire are looking to jump. Question is not if, but where. Smaui and Rhino, potential targets. They see both, I believe. They see both. And they'll ball on in to Rubik. Rubik the target. Rubik will go down quite easily. Blink in by ET, a ball in by Ron, and a blink in by Sheepstick. More than enough. Probably only need 2 of those things, and they had all 3, so that's a very dead Rubik.
Not the end of the world for the Radiant at this point, but it's still a good pick off for the Dire.
We're at the point now where
I think
long last they're grabbing
Rubik
back
doesn't
control.
really want to be there. Yeah. And the Rubik definitely doesn't want to die like that, even though he's only a support. He's a little bit lacking in levels right now. Only has level 1 in his ulti, and he only has 1 point in his stun, which is kind of the main way to control these heroes before they have BKBs. And now they are picking up BKBs, so that stun is vitally important. He needs more levels in it now.
Alright, we're just seeing a lot of smoke action coming out from the side of Pizzadog. The smoke is now ending, but they're looking for Grinaldo top lane, but Grinaldo is gone. Some good tree-man Dota coming out from Grinaldo, escaping what could have been certain death. And now it is Pizza Happy Meal with the 5-man smoke from their base. Dire, I don't think they saw that. So this could be a great opportunity at the Radiant side try camp. They do not see Ron though. He is invis. Now balls away. They'll now see him, but can they find the jump? Slendy has a blink dagger, but who will they get? Ron, the target. They lift and they fire blast. Xeriscape relocates, but is it in time? Yes, it is! Ron will get brought away from the team fight temporarily. Now Radiant must double back, but Dire look to engage from the side. Sheepstick has ascended. Skyward is hasted. The target, the Lina and the AA. TP's been canceled on the AA. AA will go down. Now Dire go for more. Ronaldo, Slendy, Rhino, they run. ET, the two-man stun. Rubik, very dead. And Slendy, perhaps joining him. Reincarnate is popped. Rubik has bought back, and now Dire are trying to double back. Ron may go down here. Solar Guardian comes out from Smalley. Ron balls away. Ron still alive. Smalley, Slendy, both stunned. Skyward, so much damage. Finger comes in. Tells go for Skyward. They go to Lina once again, and now Sheepstick is still ascended. They're still going in. Grinaldo and Rhino, the lone members of Radiant, still alive, and Sheepstick wants to jump Skyward as well as could be Rampage for Skyward. Skyward, he slows, but Slendy's bought back. Refer Blast is there on ET. ET will go down. The Dire are running away. Perhaps they overdove. But in the very end, it's an absolute massive team fight when they go for Slendy. Once again, Reincarnate is still on cooldown. Skyward is there, goes for Slendy, finds Slendy. Slendy will go down. They have the Rhino and Grinaldo. Ice Blast will come in. It may miss, but Rhino is just already dead. Ice Blast will barely hit on a Sheepstick, but it will be no popping and no shattering on this fine evening. And I was doubting Pizzadog a few minutes ago, and it turns out I was wrong to doubt them.
These fights have been who's going to extend too far to position the most, because it's just been back and forth of I'm going to overextend, no, I'm going to overextend, and just people are getting picked off where they shouldn't be standing.
And at long last, Pizza Happy Meal have overextended a bit too much. Dire, they once again walk on into our good buddy Roshan's abode, the pit of Roshan, and well, it's another Aegis going to Skyward. Meanwhile, Ron balls in from long range looking for Grinaldo. Ron is low on mana, but he wants this kill. However, he cannot find it. So BKB perhaps a little bit wasted, but the regen rune is still going. He balls in from long range looking for Smaui. Smaui, though, is in the trees. We'll be fine, so I guess Ron using a lot of that regen rune mana there. It's still active, by the way. Yeah. No, bot lane, Skyward way out of position. Ice Blast comes in. BKB is popping. Now Skyward is turning. Ronaldo nearly gets two-shot. Trap comes in. They know the Lina's in there. Lina will go down. Maybe not Skyward out of position. You can fight the 1v4. Now in comes Finger down to Smaui. Smaui low, but the Witz is down to ET. ET goes down. Now Dire. Look for more. Xeriscape tethers Skyward. Ron balls in, but he must be careful. Smaui dead. Ron balls away. And now Dire then gets further. Skyward goes in, finds Rhino. He goes all the way to the fountain, drops his item for regen, my lord. And now Slendy and Valor may go for Skyward, but their means to kill him is just non-existent. He once again drops and picks up an item, not quite sure why, but he did do it. Made a bad manner, but the result is the same.
I believe the Radiant is just a bit lacking in disable. They have nothing for BKBs, and they don't really have much for Storm. Like, again, with the one instant disable. Like I said in when I was here originally, Smile.
Smile indeed.
They have Rubik Lift, which is the only instant disable, and then they kind of have to pile on the stuns after that. Like, we saw it in the top lane where they tried to go from the Storm Spirit, and the Wraith King and Rubik kind of stacked their stuns a little bit, but the Rubik stun lasts like half a second. So he just BKBs and kind of just balls away. Even gets relocated. So I think they really needed some sort of disable in order to deal with these cores.
ET is very dead right now. A little bit out of place, but it may be a trade though for Grinaldo. Grinaldo has BKB. Dire want this kill over. LSA comes in comes Solar Guardian looking at Grinaldo. Radiant looking to turn on this one. And now, Starbreaker is available. It is used. It will stun onto nobody. However, Dire are splitting. Luna comes in. Down goes Zeri. Ron comes in looking for Lina. Lina low. Lina will go down. And now Sheepstick is still ascended looking for more. Silencing there on a 3. Silence is stolen, but Rubik is just so low and now so dead. Smaui may turn. And Slendy has reincarnated, so they will kill Sheepstick, but it's a trade once again for Valor. Skyward is very deep in the base looking for I guess to use the Radiant side fountain as a shop. Smaui still low. Skyward still trading. Slendy once again low. Skyward wants to kill and will not find it quite yet in the fountain. Now Smaui and Slendy look to defend their base. Meld comes in, no on to Smaui. Smaui still on the run now. Skyward just chilling. TP's in their face, but Wraithfire Blast cancels that one. Now Ron balls in looking for Slendy. Slendy has no reincarnate. Slendy will go down. Perhaps even a bait on that one. Result the same though. Wraith King dead, and now Radiant base under severe duress.
Yeah.
Well, Ron balls in once again. It's a two-man vortex. He's lifted in the air, but it may just be 2 kills. Valor dead. LSA comes in onto Ron. In comes Laguna. Ron low. Ron actually goes down. Starbreaker stun from Smaui. Now Skyward turns. Smaui actually still alive, and now it's Skyward in the 1v4. LSA leads the way into Cold Feet, into BKB of Skyward. Turn on Rhino. Rhino dead. Now Skyward projects himself into the mid lane without Aghanims. The psionic projection of Templar Assassin will get away. But still, a very sloppy high ground siege by the side of Pizzadog. They got no Rax top lane, and nothing in the mid or bot lanes. That is a possibly wasted opportunity on that one.
Yeah, when your TA is 4-shotting, 5-shotting Wraith King, that's when you need to
But it may be a dead TA top lane. Starbreaker comes in, but no. Zero has a heal. Smaui, BKBs, looks to go to ET, but Smaui already dead. Slendy engages on ET. Lion will now be dead, but Grinaldo taking so much damage. Skyward comes on in. Needs one more hit perhaps. Oh, dear God, he one-shots Ancient Apparition. What a disaster for the side of Pizza Happy Meal. And, well, maybe it's not a wasted opportunity. Maybe they're fine. Maybe you were right.
No, this is the time you want to be taking these fights when TA is doing that.
That just looks painful. Yules comes in onto Skyward. Skyward has BKB again in 9, and Grinaldo nearly gets one shot once again, and now Slendy engages, looking for Zeri. Skyward goes to Grinaldo. Grinaldo gets destroyed in this mountain. Ultra kill for Skyward. Heads to Rhino. Rhino dead. A rampage for Skyward. In comes Sheepstick and Skyward, heading to Slendy. Slendy is reincarnate, but he will definitely die twice. The GG gets called. Before that happened, Slendy made us go down. He engages on Sheepstick. Sheepstick gets BKB. Ron balls in. Slendy dies. And Pizzadog in the very end. It is a dominant Game 1 win.
Yeah, I think the Wraith King needed to he needed to go pick up his AC, so he wasn't there straight away, and then he just starts one-shotting his entire team while he's not quite there. If I have ever received a wrapped gifts, are these mail bombs?
Yes.
No. Never mind. They're from Theo, not Ryan.
Alright, so what do you have to tell us about this game? What do you have to tell us? Say words, please.
Well, I can't look at the lobby screen. Oh, no, I can. Somewhere. But,
It's literally on my screen that I'm sharing with you.
I'll watch your stream. But, I think a big part of that game is obviously Dire want to end quickly. They're on a bit of a timer with their draft. And they do exactly that. They hit their power their power spikes, and they start taking off with it, and there's just nothing that the Radiant really have for it. Like, they don't have the oh, I can't watch it. I can't look at the screen yet because it's still technically underway. But like, they don't have any disable, right? Like, they have a bit of instant disable. I feel like I said this 4 times, but they just didn't have any instant disable. Then on top of that, they have this Dawnbreaker that kind of doesn't want to be the main initiator. In fact, she doesn't even want to be there when the fight starts. She wants to kind of jump in. But the problem is you then need Wraith King to blink in and stun someone. And then if you blink in and stun someone and start Dawnbreaker ulting on them, IO can just relocate them out if it looks like they're going to die. So...
Hey, can you join channel, by the way?
But I like my channel. So you have the situation where you pick this AA to counter IO, but they still have a save for your kind of whole meme of your draft. I don't even think A is that good of a hero anymore. So if you want to like counter Io, you pick something like a Winter Wyvern. You just alt Io and you watch him disappear.
Yeah, I mean, it did not go as intended. I mean, not every AA blast was hit. And even if it was, I don't think it would have mattered.
Yeah, like part of the reason why Io's good right now is he just like overcharges the hero that he's on, and it just gives them a shitload of attack speed. I feel like if your counter didn't work last game, why would you pick it again?
That is true.
And isn't Ron's one hero Storm Spirit?
It is his one hero.
So why don't you ban that either?
I'm not sure if they were ready for Ron. I'm not sure. Either way, I'm gonna go be right back. I'll leave you alone for once. Haha. See you soon.
I guess when they were coming up with a draft plan, they thought Zeri's gonna pick Io. We'll just pick AA and counter. But obviously that didn't work. So I feel like you take a couple minutes in between games and you decide, okay, what does work? And if you can't find anything that works, you ban the hero. And you either come up with a counter for Monkey King or Tiny, and you don't ban them first base.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban.
They ban Omni Knight, Puck. And the other team bans Ursa Luna.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't really follow meta that much anymore. I'm pretty sure Luna and Ursa are still good. I have no idea about Omni Knight. No idea about Puck. Invoker's just kind of always good. I mean, Puck's just kind of the counter to Storm Spirit. That's probably why that one was removed. And Invoker's also pretty good against Storm. I'm hoping the Radiant pick some more lockdown this game. They kind of have the same thing as they had last game, where they had AA Wraith King and now you have AA Sven. Probably pissing Badger off because I'm not talking and there's just dead air, but what can you do?
Radiant team pick.
So they banned the TA. I don't want to play against that again.
Dire team pick.
Oh, they might be picking AA to try to deter an Alchemist pick, I guess. Because Skyward's known to play Alchemist. So maybe that was their idea. They picked the AA to counter the IO and stop the Alchemist pick, but at the end of the day, I feel like there's still better options. They pick up the Night Stalker themselves this game. That is a very good option to deal with the Storm. However, he can still pick up a BKB. So you need to figure out how you're going to deal with that. They do have more burst damage this time, though. They do have the Sven.
Dire team pick. Phantom assassin.
I don't know if I like PA anymore into Sven. Typically, it's good because you have evasion, you force him to buy an MKB. But Silver's Edge is almost like a must-buy on most heroes that can buy it, and Sven's one of those heroes that can definitely buy it.
On the bright side, you don't have to buy the Battle Fury on PA this game because you have Battle Fury the hero, along with a bunch of other abilities, but Battle Fury certainly is one of those abilities.
Remaining. Dire
I
team
do like the
ban.
Magnus pick though because the whole meme of a AA Sven combo is AA puts down cold feet, then Sven stuns. But if you're Magnus, you can just skewer. Hello.
Sorry, I was ending the stream. I wanted to save my CPU, but
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Time to go with the Ember to counter Storm Spirit. That and the Night Stalker. It's also
10
a
seconds
counter.
remaining.
Yeah, it was banned out last game, but this game, well, this other bans, so not this game.
Dire team ban.
It's going to be interesting, but I feel like neither team necessarily has that great crowd control, to be honest. I feel like both Ember and Storm could potentially go off.
5 seconds.
Hard to tell from now. I feel like if anything, it's more likely a Storm's going to go off. Once you use a BKB, you should be good to go this game, right? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, they have a lot to shut down the Storm before BKB, but they have nothing to shut him down after. But if you shut him down enough before BKB, then you don't really care about him after he picks it up. If that makes sense to people.
One of the real rarities of the Dota, though, is both teams needing a support in the last phase. You don't see it very often.
Badger,
Yes.
Night Stalker.
That's a 3, right?
Are you sure?
Not entirely.
Just kidding. Not everyone's Canoe.
Radiant team ban.
And not everyone's Silver Pike. Hashtag throwback Ember Spirit 4.
Oh god, that's a throwback name.
That's an old one.
I miss some Silver Pikes playing Dota and not RuneScape. Those are good times.
But he owns them both.
10 seconds remaining.
Oh no, Badger.
Dire team pick.
I don't have 2 planks for completing Darkness of Hallowvale. Wait, I already used them, right?
Are you actually doing a quest right now during the draft? What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Actually, unironically, what is wrong with you?
10 seconds.
I'm not doing anything. It's okay, I've already used it, right?
Five
We're good. It's good. Ignore me.
I wish I could. I wish I could. Okay. What do we have on our hands? It is the penultimate pick of the draft. Pizzadog need their 23 pick. What will they pick? It's probably some 4 hero for ET.
I understand the Rubik ban this game because you have the Magnus. And I understand the Wyvern ban because, again, it shits on IO and it's really good against Magnus and even PA. But why didn't they just first phase the fucking Wyvern?
I don't know.
Help me!
Maybe they like Ancient Apparition. I'm not an expert on these players. Their stand-ins, I don't know stand-ins, man.
I guess if you don't play it, but it's Wyvern.
I was gonna say I can play Wyvern, and I'm both not a support player and not Lad's Caliber, but I think if you just stuck me in Wyvern, the Lad's game would be fine.
I like the Snapfire pick. It's a pretty good combo with Magnus. It's also a negative armor meme with PA.
seconds remaining.
And that shard is fucking just broken.
5 seconds remaining.
I agree. It's one of the best shards in Dota, without a doubt. I mean, it's a 2-second stun on a pretty large ability. It has a pretty low cooldown. It also allows you to chain that stun into, say, other stuns, like, say, the Magnus Horn Toss, the Storm Spirit Vortex, or, hey, the other stun Snapfire has, the Cookie. So,
I feel like
pretty cool.
this is a very good silencer game.
Let me think about that one.
It's good against the Snapfire ulti.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Good against the Storm. Even good against Mag. Like if he blinks in and horn tosses.
I thought about it,
shouldn't do it
and
all.
you're definitely right.
Yeah. Does it stop relocate? I don't think it stops relocate, but it stops you from tethering if you're like charging up relocate and you're not actually tethered to the person yet, so you don't get like absolutely like fucked on.
Yeah. I believe you're correct there. They keep changing relocate every patch, so it's a little hard to keep exact track of it, but that sounds like that's the way it works.
I think it keeps going. I think it's only a stun that can stop it now. Actually, does a root stop it?
I don't know.
I
How often is Io
Root roots are weird though, because like some do different things than others.
How often is Io rooted is my thought.
Yeah.
I think other than playing as Dark Willow, I've never seen Io get rooted.
Maybe it's the CM, but it's typically when he's alone.
Yeah.
You typically just root the carry.
I'm not sure if I like this Shaman pick. I think I'm erring the side of I don't like it. What's your thoughts here on the Shaman pick?
I think the idea is we need a way to instant disable someone before BKB, and we need a way to catch Storm. And I feel like it solves that two problems, but I feel like it doesn't solve the problems that this team has, which is you don't have anything for your Sven,
Mhm.
and you don't have anything for your Ember to like save them, and you don't have anything to buff them.
Yeah, I mean, either you need save, buff, or counter initiate, and Shaman does none of those things. So, unless Shaman's like a super early blink, perhaps, then maybe you can do that. But
He's kind of like their initiation, other than like
Sven blink or Night Sucker blink.
yeah, but like all of those can be countered by BKB, whereas Shamans can't. So I feel like he's either gonna come online very early and it's gonna be really good, or he's gonna be very useful in the late game if they get there. But I feel like there's other underlying
Big
problems they probably needed to solve. Like I feel like Silencer could have been better. I don't know if their heroes play it. I don't know if they thought about it and just decided that Shadow Shaman would work for them better. But looking at it from just like a straight up draft standpoint, I think I would have went with the Silencer.
If you are just joining us, welcome to Game 2 of 4 tonight. We are on Game 2 of this series, though it is Pizza Happy Dog on the Radiance, taking on the victors of Game 1 of this 2-game series, Pizzadog on the Dire. My name, well, you know what it is, it's Badger. I'm joined by
Thought it was Kyle.
Season 4 League of Legends champion Artorius, and great friend of the channel, Artorius. How are you tonight? Are you ready for some more Dota?
It is pretty good. I had some tacos. They were delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they toxic tacos?
Unfortunately, no. Just normal tacos.
So, do you know why ET had his stuff on the ground there?
I have no clue. I wasn't even looking at ET.
I was. I was looking at professional Beyond Summit caster ET, by the way.
Greater than sign BTS.
We are seeing 2 bounty runes go to each team. Nothing too out of the ordinary in that sense. Nothing too wild and crazy there.
Nothing against ET. That's just a meme to piss off Badger.
I know it is. This is going to be a relatively interesting top lane, I think. I think it should be a fun time seeing the Shaman Night Stalker up against the IOPA. Feels like that should be good for IOPA. What's your thoughts on this top laner?
I feel like the Shaman might have a bit of a field day if, he isn't getting beat up like this. I feel like he should just turn and man fight this
Gonna say, you and I have different definitions of the word field day. Rhino's taking a lot of damage right now. Xeriscape and Skyward are going in. Skyward has dagger. Rhino low. Xeriscape low as well. So take a spot by Shaman. Now Xeriscape's being gone on. First blood drawn by Xeriscape on Shadow Shaman. And now Xeriscape tears away from damage, from all the damage, all the danger. He's A-okay.
I feel like the Dire shouldn't have gone for that, knowing there's no way they win that fight. And I feel like the Radiant should have recognized there's no way the Dire win that fight and just turned and fought them. Like, you have your Q on Shadow Shaman, and you have 75 base damage and 4 armor. You have Night Stalker with 70 base damage and 7 armor. Just click them.
Yeah. Sometimes, though, the best ability is
Confidence.
just going in. Like, you know, I don't care if I die. They won't think we're good at the fight. I think Radiant, like, wait a minute. Why are they fighting us? If they're fighting us to win the fight, right? Turns out, no. They definitely would have lost the fight, but they expected Xeriscape and Skyward to act intelligently. But they punished them by saying, you know what, we're just going to go anyways. And if you don't kill us, it's a great boon for us, so... Paid off very, very well there. I mean, smart play. Yeah, I'll go smart play. I'll go smart play.
Yeah, like, Void slows attack speed and
Bot lane, though, ET will go down to the Sven AA combo. ET probably should have used the Tango on that tree, went up that direction. Instead, went to the right, procced Cold Feet, ended up killing him. A rare misplay by ET.
Yeah. However, if I'm the Dire, I'm about to get really fucking scared. Because it's about to hit nighttime. And this Night Stalker is going to be at least level 4.
Ronaldo, oh, good uphill mischance there by Ronaldo. Obviously, can't control that one, but that may have just saved his life. The power of the uphill mischance. Now bot lane's now he's being gone on. Sheepstick actually attempted the shockwave into the skewer. I think there's a good chance actually if Sheepstick was playing on like 20 ping right now, there would have been a kill. Because that was mechanically speaking doable, but the reaction was a bit delayed, so... You may blame ping on that one. Top lane, the brawling once again is continuing. Skyward and Xeriscape go in on Rhino. Mr. 305, Mr. Worldwide, and Skyward team up, bring down Rhino once again for the second time in this laning phase. Over to bot lane, meanwhile, Cold Feet made its proc again. Chilling Touch is there. ET will go down. Skewer was there onto Sven from Sheepstick to try to save her teammate ET, but it was not good enough. So far, 4s are all the deaths this game. 4 players have resulted in 4 deaths. Everyone else, 0 deaths.
Four just must be a hard position, and only really good players can play it. So.
You like to think that, don't you, you dirty 4 player? You made me laugh.
See, normally I would say, but Badger, I'm a 5 player, but in reality I haven't played 5 in like a year now.
Yeah, I mean, it's been maybe even more than that now.
Yeah, it's been 4 seasons of Lads. Wait, no, this is the 5th season of Lads, actually.
Because between playing with Notorious, Turtle King, and now Flesh Canoe, it's been 4, 4, and 4.
Yeah, I don't want to go back. What are wards?
34
Never
players.
heard of them.
34 players. We're seeing Grinaldo actually contest these dire-sided stacks. Not quite sure how many he'll get with this level 3 Flame Guard, but he's gotten 2 small creeps already. Chains actually are used on the creep and Xeriscape, but in comes Ron on Stormy as ball ending, so Grinaldo should die here. Water Rune is pop, but it's going to delay and be inevitable. It's a ball in, it's a right click, it's a slow. Grinaldo, he remnants in on Xeriscape! Xeriscape goes on, Grinaldo just got 6 from the creep! Ron gets the counter kill, but Grinaldo turns a disaster into a relatively okay play.
It's still not the best, because you're trading your life for a 5. But it's not the end of the world. It kind of forces PA out of the lane. Gives your Shadow Shaman, who's still only level 2, a bit of that solo mid XP.
Now bot lane, Cold Feet and Stormbolt are there onto ET. ET will cookie. The Cold Feet will not proc, but Slendy is chasing. Chocolate Blushy may be enough to now turn to Sheepstick, but Magnus is very healthy. So no kill there in the bot lane for the side of the Radiant once again. I just find it. There's no way Grinaldo could have intended to get 6 into that fight, right? There's no way.
I feel like you did intend to get it. Because he had like 1 XP to get it, so I feel like he was hoping. He was coping.
It's a heads-up play. It's definitely a heads-up play from Grinaldo to grab that extra XP points. That's the difference between him dying for nothing and dying for Zero Escape. Now top lane, once again, Skyward comes on into Rhino, but Grinaldo's there for 2-man chains. In comes Ron, the one the rotation, Skyward low, Rhino low, Skyward dead, and now Dire. Go to Rhino, but Ron, the neutral Centaur, it's tons on 3, and now Ron is in danger. Xeriscape's trying to set the chains in there once again, onto Ron dead, the turn to Xeriscape, Xeriscape goes down, it's a triple kill for Valor, 248 on Night Stalker. Absolutely fantastic for Pizza Happy Dog meal.
Pizza Happy Dog, let's go.
These teams need to not have such similar names if I'm going to do it correctly. That's my thoughts.
I feel like that was just the sense of Dire was like, we have to fight this, our PA is getting gone on. But Radiant were just in such a good position. Nighttime, they were far away from the tower. Storm had to use so much of its mana to even get there. They didn't have any mana to escape. It was an all-in play. And there was just too much damage there from the Radiant. Like, IO in the early game doesn't actually do much other than just overcharge, but if your teammate's kind of getting gone on and not fighting back, it's kind of pointless.
Speaking of being gone on and not fighting back, it's ET being gone on by Valor and Slendy. I also say it's a very unfortunate death there for the side of ET, but nothing too out of the ordinary. It's now a third death there for ET. We're seeing Valor go on to Ron and Xeriscape. Valor is trying to now run away from the Storm combo. Skyward comes in with the dagger rim that comes in from Grinaldo. Cookies coming in some of the Valor. Valor will go down now. Grinaldo's trying to fight in before we get the Haster in there in the Ember. Now Shaman rendezvous with the AA. Smallyos on the run as well. Xeriscape once again is going in with this team, trying to find kills. They'll find Rhino on the Shaman on the outpost area of the Dire side jungle. So end up being 2 kills for the side of Pizzadog, and they may go for a third. They've daggered onto Smally. Skyward blinks in Cold Feet, comes to DT. Cookie will stun them, and Smally will go down. So it's 3 kills for the side of Pizzadog. Now Slendy hasn't engaged. Stormbolt's there into ET, and poor ET, for the 4th time this game, he will go down. He is half of his team's deaths, but that is Dota 2 sometimes.
Yeah, just, again, one team overextending, other team overextending. Happened last game, happening this game. I think the supports on the Radiant just really need their 6s before they can take these fights, because that's a lot of their damage. Well, Shadow Shaman just more needs levels rather than Mass Servant Ward. Mass Servant Ward is just good for taking a tower after the fight. But a lot of AA's damage is from this Ice Blast.
That is one big ol' ancient stack on the Radiant side. Tricamp, Slendy doing a lot of damage, and well, that may be what he needs to accelerate his game to a significant degree. It's Tumblr Stoy? Tumblr Stoy? Tumblr Stoy? Radiant?
They don't want it. They don't like to tumble.
You gonna grab your item? If I keep drawing left squares, might be there. Bottom lane, though, we see Grinaldo and Valor are engaging. Chains were missed, however. Skyward now blinks the Sheepstick. They're fine. Meanwhile, mid lane, Grinaldo's returned again, but looks like across the map, no kills. Back to Tumblr's toy. It's still there.
It is indeed still there.
Grab your items. I'm sure eventually Sven's gonna return there, right? He'll go from top lane to small camp to large camp to tri camp, and they're like, oh yeah, that's my item. I'll grab that now. I don't know why I care about this so much. It's just the lonely Tumblr's toy on the ground. Just it's very sad, you know. He's very sad right now. Oh, wait, he got it? Yeah, they got it! They got the Tumbler's toy. Bot lane, though, we're seeing skew her away by Sheepstick. Shaman and Esther won the kill, but now in comes Ron in. Zergate with the relocate. Vortex comes in. The Shaman drops the wards before he dies, but now, well, Ice Blast comes in. It will hit on the 2. Neither should die, however. Shaman wards nearly kill ET. Now in comes Power with the Void and kills ET. And they may turn now. Ron comes on and Slendy actually kills Zergate in the mid lane. Valor's being built on her tower by 3. Meanwhile, mid lane we're seeing a one-on-one fight happening with the Sven. Now back to Nice bottom lane is being going on by 3. Valor will go down. Meanwhile, mid lane it's... Never mind, there's nobody mid lane. I thought there was somebody mid lane. How long has nobody been mid lane for?
What?
How long has nobody been mid lane for?
I don't know.
I guess since Serious Camp died? Not important. Break down that string of events. That was absolutely wild across the map there.
You kind of had Grinaldo go on the IO and the Storm Spirit middle lane, and we learned that Root does not cancel Tether. And then you had in the bot lane the little bit of a skirmish where Shadow Shaman dropped his wards, but there was now a Storm Spirit and a IO standing right behind him, so he kind of just got killed immediately. Night Stalker disengaged, and then IO goes back to mid, but this time he doesn't bring his Storm. They just kind of deck him and take the mid tower. And then Night Stalker kind of just decided to stand near his tower.
Well, Ron has engaged mid lane looking for Shaman. Shaman's the counter next. Now in comes Murmurous Kisses from ET looking for Rhino. Rhino is being gone on still by Ron and Xeriscape. Down goes Rhino, the kill going there to Mr. Worldwide. Xeriscape himself, Ice Blast comes and hitting on Zeri and they go to Grinaldo. Valor, though, is backing up his Ember Spirit. Now Radiant. Have a chains there on a Sheepstick on the Magnus Remnant. Comes in from Grinaldo. RP comes in onto Ember. However, Ember gets stunned by Cookie and now goes down. And now Dire. They've gotten 2 kills. They will mech up from Xeriscape. From Sheepstick as well. Healing as well. So that's another good heal. And, well, ends up being 2 kills for nothing. And they may even parlay that one into a middle tier 1 tower siege. And, well, in comes Ron, right into a silence, into a storm. Well, that's a possibly death on Ron. Xeriscape is healing, but it's not enough. Down goes Ron. An overextension there by Storm Spirit, and now Skyward engages onto Smaui as Xeriscape runs away to his team. Tether is still on cooldown. Now down goes Zeri, but Ron is stunned by Shackle and Cold Feet. Actually, Skyward goes down as well, so it's 3 kills for the side of Pizza Happy Meal. An absolute disaster for the side of Pizzadog.
Hey Badger, you wanna know how Grinaldo died? He overextended into a mag with Mechanism and Magic Wand. Do you wanna know how the Dire died? They overextended behind a tier of 1.
Well, with a Shaman
I wonder how people keep losing these fights. Do I even need to be here, or just after every single fight, can you just be like, so this team lost the fight because they overextended, and then you can just like act like I'm here and I said it.
I'll play the Artorius recording.
Yeah.
I wonder how hard that would be, actually. I mean, all I do is set up like a rudimentary soundboard on my number pad, and then whenever I was like, "Hey, Artorius, X," I'll press like a number 4 by numpad. They go, "Oh yeah, Badger. Well, you see, they overextended over the tower. You see, they had stuns and stuff. How are gonna be?"
You'll need a hotkey to make me shut up though. Whenever you start a team fight.
Actually, would need that. You're right. It'd be actually hard to get the soundboard to shut up than would it be getting you to shut up. Now think about it. It'd be a lot harder. Well, in comes Murmurous Kisses. Dire wants some kills. Dire comes in with the DD from Skyward. Down goes Rhino. The Vortex as well onto Valor. Valor has the silence, but he's fighting into 5. Storm is low. Storm is cookied. Down goes Valor. Mech comes out from Sheepstick. Dire want to get more. They look for Grinaldo. Grinaldo's a little bit too fast, though. Sheepstick wanted a reverse polarity, but could not find the RP, and instead they'll grab the 2 kills and the tower. Now in comes Grinaldo. No! RP missed and the kill missed. Both teams. A bit of a disaster on that one. Grinaldo missed the kill on Ron, but Sheepstick missed the kill on Grinaldo. Everything was missed.
Yeah. No overextending that time. Smile.
Seemed like I think that's a good play from Grinaldo, though. I think Sheepstick to Red Grinaldo as full committing to that one, and use the RP accordingly to try to kill the Ember. But little did she know the Ember just like in and out. Some wild stuff on that one. Absolute wild stuff.
I think it's the right play by both of them, right? You can't fully commit to that because you do die to Magnus RP, and you kind of have to throw Magnus RP to make sure that, you know.
Speaking of top lane, it's Sheepstick being gone on by Grinaldo. Grinaldo now rims out and runs back in, and actually maybe into his death. Vortex is there. Ice Pop comes and hits on the 3. Down goes Mag. Down goes Xeriscape. They turn to Ron. He's dead as well. Slendy. Huge rendezvous on the Ember Spirit. Down goes 3. Xeriscape and Ron relocate to their death, and they join Sheepstick in that grave.
Dude, talk about the importance of looking at your mini-map. I was like, oh, why did Ember jump back? He's just fucking dead. And then there comes Sven, just, oh, okay, that's why he came back. Damn.
And that is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
We're at the point now where Pizza Happy Meal may be in the winning position. There's Sven. Look at that Sven. I don't even put him in showcase mode. Look at that man. He is massive.
He has a BKB already.
Absolutely huge. Big KB. Mask of Madness. This is just massive. He has an Oblivion Staff just chilling. He disassembled that Echo for the BKB. And now we're seeing Ron ball in, looking for Valor, but Valor has ascended. He's on the run and now turns to the silence. Hex comes in on Skyward, now Dire come in. Rhino is caught, and Skyward finds the kill. Meanwhile, Vortex is there on the Valor. Valor may be in danger, but so is ET. Slendy is engaged. RP comes in, it's there, onto the Sven. Meanwhile, Skyward goes onto Smaui. Smaui goes down. Back to Rhino, he's cutting around Ron. Back to Slendy, he looks for Sheepstick. Sheepstick skewers away. Now Skyward kills Grinaldo. Triple kill for Skyward. Vortex comes in, onto Slendy, and now Slendy tries to turn with the Stormbolt, but the damage is lacking. Ron will go down, but so will Slendy, so will Valor. It's another rampage for Skyward for the second time this night. Skyward with the rampage.
I have no clue why the Radiant chose to take that fight.
They did, though.
They did not have God Strength. And Sven was incapable of killing literally anyone.
Is under attack.
Yeah. Maybe they saw their Night Stalker in a compromised position, and their Shaman engaging from the left side towards the Secret Shop. And they're like, oh, if Shaman's engaging, and Night Stalker's being engaged upon, it's a fight, right? Yeah, we're fighting right here, right now, this area. No, turns out bad idea.
Yeah, it's just one of those scenarios where you feel strong, you pick up that BKB, and then you realize, oh, I don't have any damage. And it doesn't matter how tanky or invulnerable you are, you just...
Here we go, big fight. Skyward is in a double damage, now blinks away. Radiant are pursuing, their smoke is broken, but what can they find? Grinaldo, Slendy lead the way. Dire comes in on Slendy. Dire are kiting so hard. Shockwave comes in, and Dire are now getting their team. Dire will have 5 quite soon. Now Ron does not ball in quite yet. Radiant are aware. Dire have vision. Shaman's carry goes down, and somehow nobody dies quite yet. But Sheepstick with Blink Dagger is hunting. Never mind, I got all hyped up for nothing. Nothing happens. That's the worst feeling when you're a playcaster. You get in that like team fight mode, and then nothing happens. It's like, oh, damn. What a tragedy.
Screw your fight.
I just want to cast fights. I don't care about this between fight stuff. I just want fights.
You should become a Heroes of the Storm caster and just cast the mid lane thing where it's just like 5v5 mid.
Don't ever say it again.
Wow.
Well, Dire look to engage. No, there are pieces of Misthill and Grinaldo. It's a short blink by Sheepstick. And now Radiant turn. They shackle onto Magnus. The kisses come in from ET. They want to turn. Turnbull comes in onto Mag. Mag will go down. Now Radiant pursue 4 more. They see ET. But they want perhaps a bigger kill. ET, Jukes down, should go down. Worth even are committed. Meanwhile, Valor goes on Xeriscape. Back to ET. ET goes down as well. It's 3 kills for the side of Pizza Happy Meal, albeit the 2 main cores, the PA and the Storm, get away.
Alright, I am officially triggered. This is like the 3rd or like 4th or 5th fight where the Dire have used their Glimmer Cape on Io, Io's used it, whether it be on himself or somebody else. And if you look at the Radiance inventory, not a single one of them have Dust, and not a single one of them have it queued up.
Yeah. Ooh, Skyward comes on in, avenges his tower bottom lane, kills Rhino in 3 shots. Dire may pursue for more. Ron is balling in, finds Slendy and Valor. Vortex is there onto Valor. Ice Blast comes in, however, hits there onto 2. Skyward, once again, I think it's too simple for BKB in the middle of the fight, actually. Ron goes down, so does Valor. Now Dire pursue 4 more. Skyward is a fresh BKB if he wants to use it. Goes in, looking for Slendy and Grinaldo. Blinks onto Grinaldo. Stormball comes in, though, onto the PA, and now Dire. Look for Grinaldo once again. He's looking to Remnant. Has Remnant. Uses the Illusion Room. Now in comes ET. Skyblast is there. Grinaldo will go down. Meanwhile, it's Sheepstick and Slendy. We're in a man fight, but now Sheepstick gets away from that once. Overall there in that fight. It ends up once again going to the side of Pizzadog. And lo and behold, they're walking on into our good old buddies Roshan's pit. Once again in the abode of the man who gives the Aegis and the cheese. And, well, for the first time this game, the Aegis will fall. Radiant scan, they're well aware, but it's already dead.
Yeah, it's kind of the problem with Radiant's draft, I guess, is, well, it's not really a problem, but an issue is that they don't have a good Aegis carrier. Sven, obviously a transformation hero. It's okay on Ember, but if he uses all of his charges in his first life on his Remnant, then there's no real point. You may as well just give him a refresher. So I guess Night Stalker is your best carrier of Aegis.
Yeah. That's not good. Mid lane, Skyward goes in, looking for Grinaldo. Ron actually gets a Remnant away immediately now. Hex comes out on a Sheepstick from Shaman. Valor pursues, looking to man-fight Skyward. Ice Blast comes in, hitting onto the Magnus, and now Chains come in onto the Skyward PA. Skyward is shackled by Shaman now. In comes Ron, balling at the Rhino, canceling that shackle. Rhino goes down. Skewer comes in on that Skyward will go down as well as Skyward now. Dire. Look to die 4 more. We're seeing Slendy on the background looking for Ron. Slendy finds Ron and may look for more. Skyward begins the man fight. Slendy wants hits but cannot get hits. RP comes in. Slendy is in danger. Slendy will go down. Triple kill for Skyward. And now the kisses come in from ET. Down goes Grinaldo to the dagger of Skyward. And possibly a 3rd rampage of the series. Skyward comes in. Aegis though is popped. They pursue. Xeriscape goes down. ET joins him in the grave. Now Skyward is back. Daggers blinks in. Duels comes out from AA. Skyward hunts. Shackle. Cold Feet. Skewer comes in. Skyward. No rampage. It's a kill though on Snally. And another kill on the Rhino. Sheepstick does not die. To the tower. TP's away. So the lone man left in the Radiant side base is the Dire side Phantom Assassin. What is going on in these fights anymore?
I feel like the Sven, by now, should have a Silver's Edge, and not an AC.
Yeah, I agree. I thoroughly agree, and we saw in that last fight why. We saw our man Sven walk up like, "Hey, PA, I'm going to hit you, yay, smiley face." Except no, PA has a lot of evasion. Not only the base evasion, but also that plus 35% blur evasion talent. So it's 85% evasion. You need either an MKB or a Silver Edge. It's mandatory, and he has neither.
He either hit none of those or one of those, and I don't remember which, but it doesn't really matter, because if you're only hitting someone...
In comes Skyward. Ooh, you almost kills him. Now he looks for Slendy once again, and Slendy and Valor are in a bit of danger. BKB's there from Skyward. Slendy nearly gets one shot by Skyward. Down goes Slendy. Meanwhile, Sheepstick goes for Valor. Skyward blinks in once again, brings down Valor. with that coup de grace crit and double damage on top, and it's a lot of damage for PA.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't fight somebody when they have a DD. It's not the ideal situation. I know they were found under a ward.
I actually like that play. It did not work out. Both ball in and Vortex on the Granada. Granada will go down, and now Ron balls away, so Dire will be fine as 5. Skyward, though, who looked to hunt, looking to bring down some supports, ended up not working out. Ice Blast will come in, will hit onto, I believe, 3. ET almost died, should be fine. Keyword is should.
Blast.
Did he die here? He does die here, never mind. He immediately pies back as well.
I mean, you may as well. You're ending the game at this point.
Yeah, Skyward, I mean, he's hitting barracks. Perhaps even going beyond the barracks. He got Horn Toss comes in onto AA. Will go down eventually. Meanwhile, we're seeing Rom ball in onto Night Stalker. Night Stalker's trying to run away, and he will be okay for now. Dare comes in from Skyward. Skyward blinks in. Dower's trying to go and juke over the walls of that Dark Ascension. The problem is, Fire are pursuing. Silence comes in. The problem is, he's just dead. It's another beyond godlike streak for Skyward. And, it's looking pretty over.
Yeah.
They're trying anyway, so Sheepstick is immediately broken the smoke of the Radiance, but the Hex comes out. Sheepstick will skewer him. Now Skyward goes on in looking for Grinaldo. Now Skyward actually is ward trapped. Gets out of it quite easily. Now he begins to run away. Dire have grabbed the Misted Arax. The Radiant have returned. In comes Dire once again. They ball on in. Rhino is dead. In comes Slendy trying to man fight. Kills Sheepstick. Valor dead. Slendy man fighting with Skyward. Skyward low. Skyward kills Slendy. Grinaldo balls in looking for a Ron, but Ron's still alive. Grinaldo's running out of spells. Skyward ticks down to the Ice Blast, and now Dire pursue. They stomp the Scatter Blast there on the Grinaldo. Ron is being hunted by 3. Ron though, Ron actually goes down, and now Grinaldo may run away. But Dire have lost a lot. They've lost all 3 cores in the fight, albeit Skyward is buying back for another dose of Radiant-based fighting.
Unironically, Sven outfights this PA if he has a Silver's Edge there and is able to hit her.
Alas. Not even close.
I think he hit her twice and brought her down to half HP. And I think he swung like 6 or 7 attacks at her before he finally died. And the 2 attacks that he did hit on her were just cleaving. Just hit somebody else.
It's a bit unfortunate there. We're at the point now where it's looking like a good game for Pizzadog, though they're only actually up by 7k goals. Not a massive, overwhelming net worth lead.
Yeah, for some reason, the supports in this game are just very rich for both teams. Compared to the offlaners, at least, and the mid laners.
I guess neither mid laner or offlaners been farming that much. Been mostly the carries farming and a lot of the net worth coming from team fights, of which the supports haven't necessarily been dying that fast.
Yeah, but the difference is one carries itemizing for the other, and the other is not.
Bot lane Grinaldo may be in danger. They know he's there, but they just don't go on to him. They just ignore him, actually. They say, you know what? You have defensive remnant on Ember. We're just going to let you leave.
Yeah, I just want to get the lane shoved out.
We'll grab the bot tier 2 tower. Say, you know what? Tier 2 tower. Easy target. We'll bring it down. Nice and happy siege on that one. Should be nice and easy. And they may go for more. Maybe bottom lane. So you know what? We could not get more than 1 lane earlier. Now to bring in that tier 2, let's go for more. They may dive instead, though. The ball on him looking for Valor. RP, once again, is missed. Blink, I believe, was canceled now. Ron. He's actually helped by Xeriscape. Slendy engaged. He's taking so much damage. S-Boss comes in, hitting out the Xeriscape, and I believe ET, not ET actually. Xeriscape goes down as a trade for Slendy. Now ET joins in the grave. Chuckle Shot is coming in on the Skyward. Skyward is fine. Ron balls in on the Shaman. Shaman is in danger. Grinaldo is there. The chains there under Ron. Ron is low. Ron will go down. Now Skyward is strong, but he's alone in the 1v4. Chuckles comes in, and Skyward will go down. That's a dieback on Skyward. That is
Yeah.
not the fight you want if you are Pizzadog, and now they go into Sheepstick. Sheepstick barely gets away on the Magnus, but that is a disastrous team fight loss for the side of Pizzadog.
They had the vision in their base, so it seemed like a good fight for them, but the problem was the PA spent her entire BKB killing Sven. Sure, Sven doesn't do anything, but just nobody else got gone on. So then you kill the Sven, and everybody else just has everything still left in the tank. And on top of that, it's going to be a little bit harder now because this Night Stalker now has finished his BKB.
This is actually a very tenuous position for the side of Pizzadog. One more lost fight, and may just be a lost game. Dire looked to engage mid lane. ET has the blink and the shard, looking for a stun. Dire have glyphed. Now they engage a Scatterblast on Night Stalker into the Horn Toss of Sheepstick into the Skewer. Night Stalker will go down, but it will only be Night Stalker. Other than that, Radiant have gotten away. There's no way they're trying this, right?
I guess they are. I think ET knows, but
That is incredibly ballsy. Rashawn's half HP. Dire can easily get in the pit, but they're not going in quite yet. They're now on the high ground. Radiant see them as well. Rashawn is low. Rashawn goes down. It's Grand Theft Aegis. Radiant get away with the Aegis and the Shard. Shard goes to Shadow Shaman. The Aegis goes to Slendy. Wow, that is ballsy, but it worked out in their favor. Great play there, but it's out a pizza Happy Meal.
But they need to be careful this time and actually wait a minute before they fight until they have that god strength.
It is on cooldown still for just under a minute now. Very, very important ability to have, I'm sure.
Yeah. Interested to see what the Sven will attempt to pick up next. I still think he needs something for this evasion. They need something to deal with PA during her BKB. He can't just run around and let her hit him.
Well, 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 what are Radiant up to? It's a four-man smoke, everybody but Slendy inside it. They see Xeriscape mid lane, but they can't get onto him quite yet. They still want to go, but they will not find it.
He also has an Aeon disc on Zeri, so they can't really initiate on him first.
Yeah, I mean, there's no Purge, no Nullifier, nothing of the sort, so it will be a lot harder to take down Xeriscape in these fights.
Tower is under attack.
Skyward is showing mid lane. They know he's there. Ronaldo has the Remnant, and Dire actually have smoked S4. They're
Dire's top tower
looking to perhaps join Ron in the bot lane, maybe begin a slow siege of that bottom tier 3 tower. They engage mid lane. Skyward is missed though onto Smaui. Cold Feet will proc onto ET thanks to the shackles of Grinaldo. In comes Slendy. A lot of damage comes to ET. There's an RP there! It's on 4! It's fantastic! The damage! It's huge! Smaui dead! The Serpent Wars are dropped! Dire! They BKB! They fight! Rhino dead! Xeriscape dead! Everybody's just dying! He just hasn't popped. Valor is dead now. Dire looking to disengage. Skyward is doing so much damage. Grinaldo low. Stormbolt comes in out of the Skyward. Skyward trying to fight. Shackles. Hexes. Shaman Shackles. In comes ET. Looking to stun. The Remnants come in. Grinaldo low. Skyward destroys Shaman. And now Grinaldo will go down as well. Slendy fights the 1v3. Stormbolt comes in, but in comes Ron. Slendy dead again. And Skyward, he cannot die. And Pizzadog at long last may have recovered a potentially thrown game. The damage, it's huge. The RP, fantastic.
Yeah, I think Skyward finally realized that Sven is not a threat to him and he can just kill everybody else. And Sven hasn't realized that he can't kill PA.
Alas. Radiant have buybacks. They may need to use one. Or maybe even two. Maybe none. I guess, Dire don't have creeps. Interesting. This is certainly one of the more interesting games of land so far, just in terms of like the direction it's gone in. Look at this graph. Check out this graph. That is wild. That's a wild graph.
Yes, I know which graph you're talking about.
All the graphs. You pull up the graph, it gives you everything. It gives you all the graphs. What do you mean?
Nope. Doesn't do anything like that.
What? There's a graph button. Just press it.
Pretending.
Oh my lord.
Oh.
I've seen your math class. I know you can read a graph.
Firefighters are stupid, Badger.
I know.
Alright, he is going for the MKB. Unironically, I would have rather him picked up a Silver's Edge or an MKB before picking up BKB.
Probably, yeah, or at least after BKB before the AC, but it's too late now.
You needed something to just kill this PA with.
Yeah,
Another
but,
fucking BD. Holy shit.
could have been important. And now for the, I think like 17th time this series, Skyward has grabbed a double damage rune.
There is one problem though.
What would that be?
If Dire somehow loses this fight, there is no buyback on
anybody.
any of their heroes.
There's only 2 buybacks up. It's only Sven and Night Stalker now have buybacks. This is a really... we're in the late game. There's 2 buybacks. That's wild.
Just the Dire, just nobody can afford it except for PT, but is on CD. Then they can't afford it on AA and CD on the other 2.
Well, here we go again. The kisses have been committed by ET, trying to zone Radiant away from their own bottom racks. In comes Ron, engage it into Ronaldo. Ronaldo low. Ronaldo will go down. X comes in, hitting onto 2, and now Dire are beginning to find a different angle in the engagement. Sheet 6 is BKB looking perhaps for something, but only Valor is showing. Skyward can't stick on. New obstacles come in onto Ron. Ron may be in danger. In comes Stormbolt, down goes Ron, so 1-for-1 so far, mid lane for mid lane, and now in comes Skyward once again engaging, man fighting, doing so much damage. He now blinks in on the Shaman, Shaman dead, but Slendy's man fighting, RP comes in, once again they're on a 2, it's huge! Smaui, dead, Slendy joins him, Valor, the lone survivor, may do what he can, but it will not be enough to save his base. Nobody has buyback. And unless Valor can somehow kill Skyward, this game is over. He'll try. He silences, he hits, but in comes the bash from Skyward. In comes Skewer from Sheepstick. Down goes Valor. He'll buy back. The lone member of the game with buyback has used it. Problem is, well, ooh, that is really bad-mannered from Ron. Horn toss, Skewer, Dagger, Valor. He will die. Game is over. And Pizzadog have beaten Pizza Happy Meal 2-0.
I would think all chatting is what you should do when you're 4-9 on a mid laner and your carry's 37 and 4.
It's
very clearly who won you that fucking game.
It's this classic where the one person who really is like the opposite reason why they want to. Oh yeah, I'll be the one who all chats.
No, Maya.
No comment. No comments.
No, Snot did good that game. Can't say the same about Smiley.
Also, no
Wow.
comments. Let's get a little bit of a breakdown. What do you have for us for that last game, other than the team that overextended lost the fight? Because we already know that.
I mean, if you look at items, nobody itemized for PA, and then PA got 37 kills. And only died 4 times. I don't think there's much else to say about that game.
That is factual.
Like, there's one glaring problem. Nobody attempted to solve the problem. and the problem won the other team the game. If you don't have a solution to the problem is going to continue to be a problem. As firefighters like to say, if all else fails, you put the wet stuff on the hot stuff. Nobody bought the wet stuff to put it on the hot stuff, so the hot stuff just went rampant.
37 kills for... Well, what's the all-time last record for kills?
I think it was 32.
We have a new winner. 37.
Or it might have been 34. Yeah, either way, it was under 37.
We have a new record. Congratulations, Skyward, on the lads' kill record. I'm being asked if there's a winner's interview by Skyward. I'll bother him later for that.
I don't know, it's not my stream.
I'll bother Skyward. I'll bother Skyward, why not? If he accepts my friend request on Discord, I'll add him. Well, I'll drag him into this DM, I guess. He apparently wants to gloat about his one series, so he can't do that if he wants.
I hate doing winter interviews, let alone asking for them. Normally, my captain of whatever team I'm playing will be like, "Oh, they're doing a winner's interview." I'll be like, "Oh, I suddenly am dying of COVID. I have to leave. Goodbye." Or just some sort of other random excuse. I hate interviews.
Okay, let's see here. Skyward accepted my friend request. He's not. He has not accepted a friend request. How can I add him to the DM? He has not accepted my friend request. I don't think he understands the function of the DM. Hoi oi oi. Oh, he's done it. He's done it. I am going to add Skyward. And we are now being joined by winning carrier players, Skyward. Congratulations, by the way, on the all-time kill record for Lads. How you feeling?
I mean, feeling pretty good, I'll be honest. I got snubbed of it last time when I was playing Tiny, so they said pick the PA and I had to run it back. You know, I had to snag that record this time. I couldn't let Bingu keep that shit. He ain't even gonna show up tonight, and, you know, it's a real shame. Also, you guys mind if I had Ron? He had a couple words that he likes as well.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Sure. What could possibly go wrong?
I mean, nothing.
We're now being joined by middle lane gamer Ron. How are you tonight?
Oh, what's up? What's up? What's up with it? Hello, hello.
All right, what do you have to say to the people? Because I was told urgently by Skyward that you have words to say to the people.
Oh, you know what it is, man. You know, Pizzadog. We're starting off small right now. I don't know what league this is. I just came in, got off my plane. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what we're doing right now, but I heard TI for next year is the goal. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Jesus Christ! What kind of dumpster did Serious Game drag you out of?
You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what's this league called again.
League of Lads. You know what league this is. Come on, Ron.
There you go. The League of Lads, whatever that is. I don't know.
You know what league this is.
I heard we're playing. Who are we playing against, Skyward? Like, I call them the nobodies because I don't really know their name. Who is it? I don't. Who cares?
Something about them being below average, I don't know.
60% below average and very tilted. If you're curious, who you're playing next.
Gotcha.
Wow, incredible. Doesn't make a difference. Doesn't make a difference. I thought we were playing. What's that team? What's that other team that just like came together? Team Spirit? Some shit like I don't know what that. Whatever. Who cares?
Unfortunately, you are mistaken. We do not have Team Spirit in our league. We tried. They declined our invite. So.
I
I can see that. I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
Why were you so? I saw the clip. You were so mad about what I wrote on all chat, man.
I wasn't that mad. Trust me, you've not seen me mad. Also, that was a fast clip. I'm surprised it clipped me that fast.
Badger will blow out your eardrums if he is mad. Specifically,
Ron's got a lot of people in a lot of places. You know, anything happens, he knows about it.
Hey man, I wasn't gonna say it.
Absolute madman.
That's what it is. So wait, what was that? Was that like for seeding, right? That was for seeding?
Your
yeah,
team
something like
currently
that.
is 1 win away from guaranteeing the #1 seed, I believe.
We should.
I want to say it's mathematically locked down after 1 more win. Let's double check that one real fast. Yeah, 1 more win will mathematically lock it up, so.
Dang,
I mean,
thanks for
yeah.
running
Yeah.
the numbers right there, brother. All right, we got 1 more to win this. It's too easy. Yo, wait, am I actually on this team, Skyward, or am I just a sub right now?
I mean, honestly, Bingo was just subbing the whole season. We're just waiting for you to get back from Kuwait.
All right, I feel that. Wait, I remember when I was stationed there too. God damn, throwback.
All right, boys. Do you have anything else to say to the people of League of Legends and Twitch.tv/BadgerPablo?
I mean, you got 2 more Pizzadog games coming up, so if y'all want,
I'll be
like,
there.
I know y'all don't have anything going on right now, so I know you're just gonna watch the show we're gonna put on. It is
Yeah.
what
I
it
look
is.
forward
It is
to
what
it.
it is.
yeah, I'm throwing a shout out to my boy Tianyi though. We played him in this next game. Me and him go way back to
Way
the
back.
singular season of RD2L Mini that I played, and our team did not do very well. But that's okay.
Say it with
Okay.
your chest. Say it with your chest.
But,
Because I got my hands up. I'm playing.
oh
my
yeah, that's the
song.
other thing.
The butterflies fly.
If you do check the sheep perspective, I'll be honest, we were singing most of that game. So if you ever want to revel in some tunes, shout out to Sheepstick on Twitch, and Badger as well. Badger, what's your Twitch? Badger Pablo.
Twitch.tv/BadgerPablo.
Hey, yo, big shout outs. Really appreciate the streams. Always a gem to the community.
It's always fun to cast you guys. I mean, obviously 2 more games ahead. I'll be here. I'm always here.
Yeah, I mean, in this next game, I'm hoping maybe I can break 37. We'll find out.
All right then. Good luck, Skyward.
Thank you.
Can't say I've ever heard somebody shout out a stream on their own stream.
So maybe it's possible. It's possible. It's distinctly possible, right? That Sheepstick is listening to the interview as we're doing it, and she probably has like 400 viewers. That's a lot of exposure for Twitch.tv/BadgerPablo.
You heard it here first. Badger's a sellout.
Absolutely, I'm a sellout. Like I will never deny I'm a sellout. Like if someone offers me like a pile of money to do unspeakable things, I would absolutely do that in the name of casting Dota. I love casting some Dota.
Greater than sign BTS Badger.
Fuck you too, Artorius. Fuck you too. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm
the best co-caster you can get for tonight. Literally shows up late and then leaves to go eat tacos. Like, what kind of idiot does that?
I'm actually going to cut to a break for both of us. We're going to be back in about 2 or 3 minutes. We're gonna grab some water, get some air. We'll see you soon, people.
Water?
We will both be back later.
I'm not healthy.